Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a full in-depth walkthrough of my traveler's notebook. If you saw my last video of my 2025 planner stack, then you would have seen the debut of this girly, but I wanted to go into a bit more detail and talk about my experiences and thoughts so far because this was a big switch for me. I feel like at some point, I swore off traveler's notebooks probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I swore them off. I was like, it's not for me. It's not working. And that may still hold true. It's only been a little over a month since I started using this one, but so far, so good. I've actually really been enjoying it. I think the quality is really nice for the price. I think it was around $30. And you also get 3 inserts, a folder, a zipper pocket, a pen, this like clip, and a pen loop holder thing. So I think it was a really good deal for the quality. I think it's like leather. I'm pretty sure it's aging like it is. It definitely has some scratches and bumps already because I bring this with me everywhere. The main goal of this was to consolidate all of my separate notebooks down into one. So there were times where I'd be in my office like I am now and I'd want to go into the bedroom to like watch TV or watch Alex play a video game, and I'd bring one of my notebooks with me. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I actually needed this other notebook. So I'd get up and go grab that. And I would just constantly feel like I was always forgetting one of the notebooks I needed, or suddenly I needed a notebook and it just wasn't here. So I was definitely getting my steps in, but it felt very spread out, or I would have to carry a ton of things at once. Like the stack of things was like 4 or 5 books. And for the longest time that was working for me, but I felt like maybe the traveler's notebook would be a solution. I've never used the standard size before, so I was a bit concerned about transitioning to it. It was only about 1 inch smaller than what I was used to using, so it honestly hasn't been a huge transition. I was a bit concerned about the notebook laying flat and being able to like easily write on it or access the pages I needed, and it's actually hasn't been a problem for me. I feel like I can easily flatten it out and write on it. I can write on it while it's sitting on my lap, which was important to me if I'm in like a meeting or something. So a lot of my apprehensions went away after the first like week or 2 of use. Like you can see here on the cover, it has some like marring from the stickers I put on it, which I thought was interesting. I let go of it remaining nice very quickly because I put the pen attachment that came with this cover on the back, and I used it for about a day or 2, and I took it off and there was 2 marks on the back. You can't see them amidst the age, but I was like, oh well, she's mine now. She's broken in. So I combined my poetry book into this one, my never-ending to-do list, my like junk notes page where I just like literally put all of my thoughts, ideas, anything. Like if an idea pops up to me in the middle of the night, it would be what I would write in the dark into. It was literally for scraps and all that kind of stuff. And then I also put my reusable sticker book in here. That was another thing that I had as a separate entity, and often the thing I forgot the most because I didn't want it to get damaged, so I would leave it in a separate zipper pocket in my backpack. So I would take all my other notebooks with me and always leave that behind, so I'd have to get up and go and get that. And it really started to bother me over time, so I'm happy to be here. Maybe one day I'll get a traveler's notebook company cover, but for now, I actually just really like this. I like how thick this elastic is. From what I've seen of the traveler's notebook company ones, it seems thinner, and I just really like the fortitude of the strings. I currently have 5 inserts in here, and it sits like really nicely. I could probably fit 1 more before it gets out of hand, but I think 5 is perfect for what I need, and 1 I'm not really using very much at all. So let's go through the contents. First up is the to-do list book. This was to me the most important. I access this multiple times a day. It holds my brain basically. Every single to-do list item that I have goes into this, and I cross it off, and the list continues on and on and on perpetually. It's the never-ending to-do list, as I fondly have called it for years. I have finished a whole other like notebook before. The notebook I transferred out of it was like halfway done. This is something that I've been doing for probably a decade and one of the longest things I've kept up with. It's just incredibly beneficial and helpful to me. On the front inside cover, I wrote my 2025 goals. We'll see if I'm still using this in 2026. And if so, I'll probably put another goals sticker down here. But I have these little like hash marks that I'm putting down for when I accomplish some of these like numbers to keep track. I put a sticky tab on the page with the oldest to-do list. So right now it's the front page, but once I finish these last few tasks, it'll go onto the second page and continue and try to catch up to this farthest tab, which is for the newest page. So where I write my newest stuff. And I just love it when it's like filled in and colorful. I have these sticker books I got of these like photo stickers that I put along the side, and I just think it's really fun and exciting to look at. So I actually enjoy looking at it, which makes me remember that there's things I need to accomplish and I am more productive. So I used the grid insert that came with the notebook. Usually I prefer a dot grid. That's why I bought some dot grid inserts from Jet Pens, but the grid is working out really well for me. So I'm going to keep it in here until I finish out the insert. Next up is that notes and thoughts junk trash book. I don't know what to call it. It's literally like it's like a brain dump, but like sometimes I feel like that's a weird way to say it. There's not like a pretty way to say the catch-all place without it being like super wordy. But this is literally that. It's where I write sloppily whatever I need to say. So like I was filming that store day in the life video that I did. I think it came out around Christmas time of what it was like working before the holidays in my retail store. And so I wrote what order I wanted to do the talking parts versus the B-roll so that it didn't feel choppy, like I wasn't talking and the music was playing, talking and stuff. So I wrote out the order I wanted for that. And then we're doing some window displays. So I have a little like to-do list down here to break out the project. So that's the plan for this, is to just use it for scrap paper ideas, lists, that sort of thing. And the tab is to mark the page that I'm currently on. Next up is a traveler's notebook insert. So these two, you can tell by the color change, these two came with the notebook, but this one I bought from Jet Pens for doodles. I made these little sticker headers up there. So one of my goals for 2025, if you peeked my little goal sheet over here, is to fill a TN insert with doodles. So this is the insert I want to fill, and I started doing some doodles back mid-December. I'm not very good at being patient. Like once I have a goal figured out, I'm gonna start right away. So I started working on filling this insert on the 18th of December. The paper is incredibly white in comparison to the like cream of the inserts that came with the notebook. And I feel like this might be a hot take, and I'm about to just like put it out there. I don't like the quality of the Traveler's Notebook paper. It's so thin and the shadowing is crazy. So like I started this insert and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like everybody loves the Traveler's Notebook Company inserts. Like this is gonna be great for a doodle. And I started going and like drawing and you can see through it. So now I don't know if I should put doodles on the same side, because then each page is gonna be ruined. And if I wanna take like photos of it, you can see the other art doodles from the other side. So I'm actually like shocked at the quality. To me, it's not very good. And I was expecting so much more because the hype around these inserts is so real. Like I actually haven't opened these. I was so excited to get this Tokyo one for my hopefully trip to Japan. And it just feels so thin. And I've never heard, no, it's the same paper. I've never heard anyone talk about it beyond like them just using them in their like travel documentation. But I don't think I'll be purchasing more, to be completely honest. Like I just don't feel like the quality is there. It's just so thin, and the inserts that came with the notebook are so much better, and you can purchase them separately and you get 3 of them, I think, for the cost of a little bit more than the cost of one of these. So It's incredibly more cost effective. I like the yellowy paper more, and the quality of the paper is just so much better. Like, it just doesn't bleed through the same way. It just feels like this is so thin. So I'm really disappointed about that. Might be a hot take. Everyone might not agree with me, but I just am shocked. And now I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to use these. Maybe I will use them for like travel junk journaling and scrapbooking, so I can like paste down all the materials that I get and do it that way, so there won't be a lot of writing. It'll be mostly like scrapbooking. I think that might be a good way to use them. But my plan for this one was to use it to collect stamps at the different like subway stations and train stations. But now I feel like I could only do it on one side of the page. Like, I don't know if I want to keep the doodles on this side, but then it makes my goal easier because I'm only using one side of the page, but then I could just fill up two, I guess. But I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that, like, am I doing it wrong? Like, I don't feel like I am. I use like Papermate Inkjoy gel pens. This is just a blue version for an example. It's just right in front of me. I'm not using like calligraphy ink. I just don't understand what is happening, to be completely honest with you. I just don't get it. I don't get it, but we'll finish it out, and I'll use these because I bought them, so I'll use them, but I'm just surprised. Next up is my poetry insert, and this was the third insert that came with the cover. This one is lined, and then it came with the blank one and the grid one. So this one I thought would be good for poetry. I don't write a ton of poetry, just when the mood arises or the feelings strike. But I put all of these bee stickers on here. I want to have them cover the whole front cover and the back. So I'm just collecting various bee stickers that I find. So I have this in here just in case the thought arises and I'm out and about. I could always write it in the like trash inserts. So far, it doesn't feel like too much extra bulk to carry it around with me. If I do a travel scrapbook, I might remove this one. This is the one that would get removed, basically. If something else came along that I wanted to include in here, this insert would be the one to go first. But it's just nice to have, and I flip through it to get to the last insert. So I'm often thinking about poetry, and it is one of my goals for 2025 to write something more than just my daily pages. So hopefully this inspires me to write some poetry. This clear pocket also came with the cover. I feel like you got so much stuff for like the $30 it was. So this has a few different business cards up here just in case. I don't hand out business cards often, but I have them, and I think it looks really pretty. All my different little businesses and things that I do. I need a Courage and Soar one to put behind the Ohola one. And then it also has a zipper pocket on the back that I keep the little tabs that I use and the drop schedule for our retail store and online website. I have that in here as well to keep track. But the last insert is another traveler's notebook insert. And this one I love. This one I'm a huge fan of. It is a sticker paper insert. So these are like the sticker sheets that the sticker comes on. How many times can I say the word sticker in like a 4-minute period? So it is that like release paper that you can put stickers down and take them up. So this was really awesome to be able to combine my stickers into my notebooks and everything, that I could have it all in one place and it all be safe. Transferring the stickers took hours. I feel like I did it maybe 2 to 3 hours, transferring all of my stickers from one holding device to another. This will be what makes me stay in a traveler's notebook longer than like if I fall out of love with it and want to move back out. This insert will probably remain because it was such a tedious task to move every single sticker in here. It looks cool. Like, it looks so cool now, but it took me like an entire day to do. But I have it in the little clear pouch in the back, and it has been wonderful having it close at hand, but still like well protected. I don't have a black pen with me, so we'll just use this blue one here, but this is how I store my pen. It came with a clip, but like I said, it destroyed the cover. It didn't destroy the cover, she's being dramatic. It like marred the cover a little bit, so I just slide a pen onto the side, onto this little like section to have one with me. And I think it just like, I feel so scholarly when I'm carrying this around. I've really been enjoying it. So that is my traveler's notebook setup, a detailed walkthrough of all of my inserts and what I use them for. Let me know if you have any suggestions, or if you have a traveler's notebook, what some of your insert topics are. I'm sure as I progress in this new realm, it might change, but I kind of wanted to document where it is right now, starting out about a month in. And I think hopefully it will stick around for a while because I've really been enjoying it so far. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more planner related videos from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.